So today's agenda is going to be a debt management because this is the one of the biggest thing I have started feeling because my focus is also on how to make a woman more independent, financially independent, and how to take care. I'm going to give maybe few stories, which is life stories on a debt management. That is the best part of our, I can say, job where you meet a lot of people and you understand from their perspective how the things are different and how we should not reinvent the wheel, learn from others and make sure others doesn't do the same thing. That's what my intention is for this series. Five step to make sure that we are taken care of a debt management and how to be happy and peaceful. That's another way of my life. I always says it's not the money because of course you have seen so many people and all the stuff. They have million, billion money or whatever it is. But if you're not happy, there is happiness will not be purchased by the money. So you should have a good combination of financial backup that you're not struggling to make the day and because of that your anxiety is high or something, but be happy and be content what you are. So I like to have the poll one and which we will see from the team that how many of you think that having a debt free life is a utopia or realistic thing. So I want everybody 30 seconds, please take and answer it. It will be happy. So we will close, Sanjay. Can you publish it? Yeah. So that's a very nice thing. It the audience is very very good, and to know that around 86% says yes, we can live the debt free life, and which is very very true. That we it is not a utopia or something. It's very easy to be a debt free. Only thing is we have to be very cautious about what we are doing. So that's another talk. When we were young, my mother used to always says that, of course, in Hindi, that उतना ही पैर पसारो जितना चादर हो. So it's like you have to spend only that much how much you have a money. Don't spend what you don't have it. This is the another fear I have it nowadays very high on a next generation because what happened in 2008, I can foresee it may come within 10 or 15 years in India because lot many youngsters are actually spending money what they don't have and they feel that okay, credit card is like a plastic money, I will pay afterwards, and which is not the truth, and they go into the debt. We have seen in a real life few people whom I know personally also at the age of 28 or 29 they did suicide because the debt went very high and they didn't find any way to go out. So please, it is an extreme case, but I always feel you should know how to balance the debt versus a real life. So I'll just have the second poll. Which loan do you have? So you can have a multiple taking across. So can I have a poll to Sanjay? I think so. There is one of the mistake, but yes, I think so. The highest people have been doing that. Most of the time, we must have taken multiple, but this is coming as a single choice. Very nice to know that things are in control for a lot many people. And we'll take 5 more seconds to finish. Almost 80% people have answered. So can we have the publish the answer? So it says almost like 70% of the people have no loans or a home loan, which is I always believe home loan is a good loan because you're getting a tax benefit over that and it is for the long run. So, but hand loan is the one thing which we should, and the which is 27 plus 5, which is 32%, we should make sure how to stop most of the time and make sure that we don't go into that leak because most of the people don't understand out credit card companies are actually working only the people and they love the people who don't pay because that's where they get the interest. So even if you have a 30,000 or a 3 lakhs rupees outstanding, and even if you have paid 2.5 lakhs, the interest comes on full 3 lakhs. It's not only on 50,000. So that is they keep encouraging people on keep saying, okay, you pay the minimum money and all the stuff, and but the interest is very high. So now lot more thing has been changed. They said, okay, convert into EMI or something, again they get the interest. It may not be 18, it may be 12 to 14%, which is a very high thing. So we always feel outstanding of a credit card should not be taken. So of course I don't use the credit card. I'm one of the person who don't do any online shopping or something. My credit card bills are always between 10,000 because I just fill the petrol most of the time, nothing else. But whenever, in case, even if I use, I always make sure I should be able to pay full before the D date. So we have given like a outstanding, you have keep going from the bank itself. So in my mind, I always make sure, because I use the credit card most of the time is only on the Christmas time, because that's the time where you go and get a lot of gifts and other things. But those are also another learning for me. It's a, at least I know I may be having around more than 100 gifts to add on to give it different family, friends, and people whom we are calling for lunch and dinner and others. So I will make sure my slab that okay, my money, or approximately I will give 1,000 to 1,500 rupees per person. If I have a kids, I'll be able to give this. So most of the time you make a little bit here and there, but I never bypass my expected budget, even in a gifts also. So this way you are not going into the debt session. So this is what I was trying to say. Financial crisis in 2008 actually happened because people have started borrowing more than what they can repay. And that made the Lehman Brothers and other all have been a history by itself. How much happened? So this is the another thing I have been noticing, because as a nature, I love training. So I go for the inductions quite a lot for the different corporate. I go to the different colleges, maybe MBA or the even the degree colleges, where I take the session. And people who comes to us, of course I love when my customers, next generation comes or the youngsters comes. The reason I asked and tell that, it is very nice because a new trend has come of an experience as a wealth. Nobody can actually replace it, there is no doubt about it. But when you are doing an experience on what, that is very important. Is it you are making sure that you are taking a loan and then going to Leh Ladakh? Because one of a young guy who was around 23 years old and came, one of my customers says, why don't you speak with him? He is facing an issue, and because of that he is going into a very high anxiety and things. So I said, okay, why not? So I just spoke with him and I said, what happened actually? Then he says, I don't know, because my all the friends were going across to Leh Ladakh in a biking. So I said, that's a great thing, you must have waited for some time. He said, no, but I didn't have a money. He's just a college pass out, and my parents was not allowing me to take it. So I took 15 lakhs loan. Then I said, how you took the loan when you don't have how to repay? Then he says, no, no, I made my mom as guarantor and all. So I took the bike, and then going to Leh Ladakh, it took around 1 month going and coming, around 3 to 5 lakhs. So the bike it cost around 8 to 9 lakhs, something like that. Then I said, why you have to buy the bike to go for the trip? You must have to rent it or something else. He said, no, no, that's a very important. That's the one thing which I keep telling people. You have to keep questioning on that. And I said, if I was in your place, I must have maybe done it after 2 years, because life is full there with you. So you can go after 2 years also. There's nothing much is going to change. But now your mother is not able to pay, and those people have started bugging him daily basis to repay. And he doesn't have what to repay. And he's telling me, Auntie, the if I even myself my bike, it is not even going at a half rate. What to do? So that is the one thing which I feel a fear of for youngsters. Sometimes they do that, and I'm trying my best to my, even I'm not so I can say active on a LinkedIn or something, but I keep writing these experiences. That if somebody is reading, you, your friends, and you can keep moving it across, it should be a planned thing. So it's nothing wrong. It's a very nice to have the 15 lakhs of Leh Ladakh bike trip. But you should plan in advance that either you are able to pay or how you will repay before this crisis comes. And I know that person very clearly. The mother has to sell the gold to clear it off because they started having a lot of issues to repay, and people was coming at home and recovery and other things was happening. So these are the things which I'm just going to share with you, and I don't want you to start thinking that okay, that Leh Ladakh experience of 1 month was very good, but post that for 3 months is very bad, and lifelong learning itself. So these are the few examples I keep telling. People don't understand that debt is always not a good sign. So debt is one thing. When it is an urgent, you should take it. There's nothing wrong. But if you plan in advance, you don't need most of the time to have a debt. So some of them are the, like sometimes I keep saying that poor people who has taken 2 to 3 crores only will have harassment with the banks, and people who takes in 6,000, 10,000 rupees, they just fly out of the country and doesn't matter. But yes, these are the places where you will find it. I have no idea about it, but according to me, the peace of mind is very, very important. And that is the one of the reasons. So yesterday I attended one more session, and the person was telling the same thing, how you define the peace of mind and the best of health. And this keeps coming very common. Of course, everybody have a different reasons for that, but I also believe to have a peace of mind is, at least I do, it's like I hit the bed and within 5 minutes I'm sleeping, and I have a very sound sleep for full 8 hours. So they say is that it means that you're mentally peace, because most of the time people don't get 8 hours sleep and within a 5 minutes you do, because your mind is always having so many queries, questions, issues keep going. It can be on debt, it can be bank, it can be health or whatever. So one of the reason to have a debt free is, I always believe, is your peace of mind. And peace of mind is there, you are always being happy. So, what are the facts and the trends on the loans I'm going to talk about now? Some of them are trends which we should learn. Some of them, there is nothing wrong in a debt. Home loan are one of the best thing, I always tell you. Some loans we can try to see which we can plan, but how much we should plan, that's another thing. So let me go back and see why people take loans. So most of the time people are taking loan. Of course, the highest is the buying the house, buying the car. Buying the phone and gadget is a new trend which I have seen, which I personally don't like much of them. But yes, a lot of youngsters are been doing this. When I was going through the, I can say, statistics, will realize it. Most of the people are between 20 to 32 are buying the on the loans very high gadgets. Talking about going a lot of time personal, yeah, I think so. Vacation is another thing. Celebrities are one person you must have seen that they're spending on social status and image building. So this is the, I don't know one to one level that celebrity, but through my best friend, and she's in the what you call fashion designing. So she was introducing me to 2 or 3 models, and they were explaining me the same thing, that how much they spend, because I have to rent this car, which is high end, to just take me to the things. And I said, what is wrong? You take your own car. Says, no, 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 that doesn't give me. So if I have to get a good business, I should be going in this brand of clothes and this brands of the car, and that I have to spend even though I don't have that much of money. And that's another league of the people who takes loans. Eating outside, short vacations, monthly subscriptions. So some of them works well, somebody not. But two things which I feel is always good in a loan side, which you should consider in case if you are not able to manage, but of course you are able to manage without a debt, that is the best of all, is the buying a house sometimes, or kids education when they're going abroad. There are a lot of these things are there, which is a student is the one thing I feel it is okay. Home loan is okay. Payday and other new things which has come. I don't know why they have actually spoiling things, which I am very conservative by nature. I don't like those, because there's another for me. I keep calling kid. Actually, he's a young person, just joined one of the very good IT firm, and not a bad salary as per me. It is around 10 lakhs, and she told me, Rachna, I wanted to take a salary in advance. And I said, what's wrong with you? You have such a good salary. Why you wanted to take a loan in advance, or sorry, salary in advance, and again pay for 10 days again? So she is explaining me there are different apps are there which can give you for salary advance in 10 days before, 5 days before. And I asked her a simple question: if you are not able to plan for a month as per your salary, how you can plan for the future for so long? So this is no, that we will see afterwards and all this stuff. And it's a very new kind of era has come where people take a payday, or I can say credit or something in a salary in advance. So this is the not a nice kind of loan as per me. And more than loan, it is like a, we need to have a discipline for your own thing. So if you think your lifestyle, so it may create a question in your own mind that is it you are living a lifestyle more than what you can, or you don't know how to plan, or you don't know how to discipline, something has been not going right. Personal loans, depending on that how you plan. So these are the different loans people have been taking depending on how you able to manage. I normally give the people benefits is normally home and student, and of course if you are in a business loan is still good to grow. Digital lending has becoming a, I feel it's a worst thing in my side, because it's easy nowadays. And because it's easy, sometimes they don't want to postpone, which if it was not so easy, we must have said okay, I will wait for one more year and then go ahead. I still remember when in 96 or 98, we used to have the company car lease, and me and Anil will always says okay, we should buy a car or not. And then we will say, okay, we for company car lease, we have to be in grade 6 and above, if I'm not wrong. And we were in 7. Then we will say, okay, we will wait for 2 more years and then go ahead and get the good car. So now that instant thing is becoming a new trend. People don't like to wait for anything. It can be a vacation, it can be anything. I spoke with another person last week again, and now the trends are changing on the vacation. 3 months back, it was Masuri, and last 1 month, whoever I'm speaking is Leh and Ladakh now, and or a Himalaya trek. There are three things which has been happening quite high, apart from abroad vacations. So I asked how much you are spending it. She says around 3 lakhs, and 3 lakhs, of course, for a week. And I asked her how you have managed 3 lakhs. Is it you planned for it? She says, no, I have borrowed it. And I, because she is similar age as mine, and I said, why you have to borrow and then go? You must have planned and must have gone otherwise after some time. She says, no, who will know that we are there tomorrow or not? And then she started giving the emotional gyan to me in COVID, you are there today or tomorrow, we are not there. So maybe true, I don't know, but I'm saying that of course nobody can predict tomorrow, even forget it her, anybody who is alive or not. But we have to manage. If I am there today and enjoy 1 week, is it that 1 week of my experience is giving me a lifelong experience better, or after coming that giving me a horror story of repaying? So we have to combine, prioritize, and take care what is good in a long term. These are the few things I always believe. It is a debt management, it is a financial management, it is a goal management, or whatever. We have to have few basic attributes towards it. How we are more disciplined, we are looking at long term management, and make sure that we our goals are taken care of. So this is the another set of things. Again, I have taken from the net. Of course, this is I was not even aware of. Maybe I can say 6 months or 1 year back. This is the I can say like people used to say like a Marwadi people lending or the Sindhi lending kind of it. Now it's becoming a very legal. You can have the P2P lending through the internet as per your CIBIL reports and CIBIL ratings and other things. You will surprise to know that more than 60% are less than 40 years. And there is a lot of because there is easier way to get the money here. So people who just want to play around. So I have few two customers. They just wanted to try and test. So they gave it to three people, and of course, two of them was able to repay, and one was not able to repay. So the reason is sometimes one side is they wanted to test the new things. Another way is ease of taking. So people started getting borrowing money in 5, 10,000, 15,000 also, which I'm sure in the previous time we must have not thought of getting the money as a loans for a below 50K or something, which is a very common nowadays because the availability is very high. And there's another trend, as I told you, there is an instant things they wanted. So it can be, I'll give you example. I have kids which is 21 and 15. So I am been getting the data, or I can say keep observing, which is very difficult sometimes to observe the way their thinking model is. So when they start saying, ki, okay, I'm going to have the, maybe I'm just trying to say that somebody is even I go to the price for the teaching and they says what is a fresher salary, and I said maybe around 3.6 to 4, and very clearly the kids will come and tell me, ma'am, why I should go and take 3.6 to 4 lakh salary, my pocket money is more than that. Anyway, my parents are doing very good and there is nothing wrong if I need it. So they says they don't eat money because they wanted to go for a bar, or if I can say taking care of the small vacation or something. So they are got used to of these kind of lending portals very early in things. I was thinking, whenever even I go for it, I just say that why don't you get used to of investing in a portal or whatever platform, but they get used to first lending. This reminds me, I was talking to one of the fintech CEO and I said, what is your revenue model? So he was telling very clearly that revenue model is to just create the people first to give the free, and then I will start giving a lending, because lending give the maximum money and it's a full process money. Then I have to push that, okay, you buy something else. So sometimes we are not realizing emotionally and things people are actually giving a easy money and they are making more money and we are losing it because of these. So these are the few facts, figures on the debt. So let me give you the actual definition on the debt. What debt means you are own somebody's obligation. Like I remember in the college days, we will just give around 10, 20,000, 20 rupees also. And we will ask, okay, I have given you, please give me. That person will ask second, second will ask third, and at end it will come back to you. It's like it's money is obligation. Somebody has to give it to you because he's taken the money. So this money is always okay to, as long as you are in control. You're monitoring the spending. This is one thing I wanted to tell you. I have been doing, I don't know, last 26 years or maybe much more. The time I have started from a 12th standard, I have been living separately from my parents. And I used to write the accounts. And till date, I write the accounts, that where I spend and how much I spend. And the same thing I have told to my both the kids. Now the good thing is they write it in app because there are so many apps, but I prefer from a diary. I still love writing diary and an Excel. So sometimes when you monitor your spending, that itself will help you out. So I'll give you one example from my daughter's thing is that she came to me maybe a few months back and she said, I don't wanted to go in the taxi. I said, what? So it's my app says that highest money I'm spending is only on taxi. So I said, good. So what is the solution? So she says, no, I can take the pool taxi. I said, wow, that's nice. So she tried pool taxi for some time and then she says, Mama, pool taxi is actually not saving and it's taking a lot of time. So I said, okay, what is the next solution for you? So because of course we didn't increase the pocket money for that's it. So what is the next solution? So she says, okay, let me try doing that, and she's been doing very fairly good. So what she started doing is now is she try, and she told me it's very easy to find the closest metro. So she goes to the closest metro and from there she either take a taxi or the auto. So that's another thing I always feel that when you monitor your spending, the solution comes from yourself. That is the one thing which I always feel we all should do it. Most of us, we don't monitor where is our expenditure happening. So 5 step for debt management, very, very important. Please make sure the list of your debt. When we do financial planning and when we do even the wealth management on the overall level, first question I get it always is how much debt you have. And you will surprised to know that most of the people, they don't know what is outstanding debt they have. Even they have to pay themselves, but they don't know. Second question, if you ask what is the interest rates, then they will first thing they will say, okay, I will go back and I will open the portal and find it out. That also they are not aware of. So few things, please make sure that make your debt list. So debt list can be anything. It can be home loan, your car loan, if you are supposed to pay even personal loan or any mortgage or whatever. Try to have the list. Two things you should keep it at track at least twice in a year, I can say. What is an outstanding and what is the interest rates? Most of us, including me, sometimes because so many letters or something keeps coming, so I keep seeing that what we don't do it because I'm in the same market. So I know that as the interest rates goes higher, so the letter comes. So I will just change it that time. So instead of I have a static twice in a year, whenever the rates goes high, I just make it update on those if I have it. Of course, for personal we don't have it, but at least for the company, we will have it in case if wanted to do. Even for a customer, I will keep asking them if they have it. So make sure that what is your debt list, out how much you have given, what is an outstanding, and what is the interest rates, and what is the pending duration. It can be in the months or the years. Very, very important. Prioritize your debt. I always tell prioritize your debt is always good because the debts which is giving you tax benefit, why don't you take it? So tax benefit can come from a home loan or I can say education loan. If it is a business loan, those loans you can do it little lower prioritize. Car, personal, credit card, these loans are not giving you any benefit and all of them will be around 10 to 12% and above. So if you have the money, you should repay. Okay. So then another level of that is to find the interest rates. So higher the interest rates, you should repay them fast. The another question I have been seeing for few customers when we buy, even I'm talking about olden times, but not now. But even for the agreement, even normal agreement, I will just keep signing 20 papers. I don't go through. Similarly, most of us we don't do it. In some small places, they must have written repayment cannot be done because 2% of charges. So these things we should be very careful because I have seen in customers' times when they wanted to repay, they said, okay, to pre-closure itself, you have to do a 2%. I was a very surprise sometimes, but yeah, it's there. So whenever we are taking some loans, please see few things very clearly. Is it pre-closure is charge or not? Otherwise, negotiate. What is the flexible versus fixed and nowadays fixed they don't give? What are the interest rates they are having? Even though they are at variable interest rates, surprisingly, when the rate get lesser, they don't do it. When rate goes higher, they automatically do it. And last few time when the home loans has gone to 6.5, they have to pay some money to reduce it also. And people think it's a variable, they will do always. For lower, they don't do it. So make sure that you follow and repeat the same process. Don't ever go into the trap of debt because sometimes our goals and aspirational goals very go higher than debt. So I'll give you one example. One of my customer is very well to do and staying in a very good I can say a house, but he wanted to have a villa in one particular place, and that one particular place villa is around 7 cr, 7 crores. And I know from his full portfolio, if I buy that, I don't think so he'll be able to have a comfortable retirement planning. And then he's telling, I don't know if I'm not buying now, the rates will go high and all. Then I said, it's okay, let us sell one of them and buy. So he said, no, no, how? So that's another thing I have noticed it. People get very emotional with the physical assets, especially at land, house, flat kind of thing. So he doesn't wanted to sell the current house and wanted to buy the what you call a villa. And then I asked him how important is your villa is, because villa is around 5,000 square feet and you are only two people. how it is. So he says, no, this is my aim and a goal and my aspiration that I never had such a big house. I said, okay, when that is much more, that's a bitter feeling that when you are having an aspiration and goal and do it. Then what I did, I said, okay, let us see how we can try to do it. Maybe in a later on, we will sell the house. Anyway, you are working. So because I know after sometimes when people, it's like experience itself teach people the right thing. So we said, okay, because it's an aspirational level, we will try to do it. So he is an CXO of a company. So getting a loan for 3 to 5 crore was very easy. So he got it the loan. We got the villa, spoke with him 3 months back. And the same person is telling us now, I want to sell this villa now. And I said, what happened, Bhaiya? Why you wanted to sell? That is your aspirational level. The reason is I am not sure my company will survive because my company is making somebody's as going on and the things are not going right. I may not be able to work for long. And I have also noticed when you are a very high end salary and we are 50 plus, it's not so easy to get the similar rates. How I will survive. So this is a typical avoid trap on the debt. I always says it's a very good to have a goal. It's a very good to have the aspirational level. There's nothing wrong. But you should have a good mix of if I'm paying a EMI of 5 to 6 lakhs, I should be able to earn that much 7 to 10 lakhs in a month. And 10 lakhs, I'm earning my 30,000 or 33 lakhs is going for my taxation. How I'm going to manage in case if I don't have. So when we talk about always people think of positive only. So that is sometimes required. You should have a sounding board somewhere. It can be your advisor, it can be your wife, it can be a friend to say something negative. That time you may not like it. But that person is asking you to start thinking in a long term to have a debt. And the things are not going in the right direction. He's not able to sell the same villa in the same rate yet. Of course, it's a too short time. It's 3 months only has started, so we are still looking across, but it is difficult. So avoid the trap of a long term. It's not so easy. That's another thing I always tell people. Make sure when you retire, you should be debt free. Okay. At least in your mind that please be debt free in a overall level. So can we have the third poll, Sanjay? So please participate. We have only 50% has been participated. So we'll give you 5 more seconds to participate so we can have a better rating. But I'm always very happy you all have been amazingly and I think so you have been applying the concepts very well. So I think so we'll end the poll with the 70% people have done it. And we'll share the poll. It says that the good thing is always that the people who are being 70% has been participated in that around 35 plus 20 55 60% of the people have less than 40%. It's a very very good news. Healthy one I always says don't cross 30, but okay, below 40 is a good news. 40 to 60 and over 60, which says around 31 plus 12 is 343%. That's the one thing. Please try to see how you can exactly lower down, or if you need some help to find it out. Of course, we have to see how you can lower that part. We should, because above 40, even the banks give. I can tell you the flexibility what you can have it to have a smallest thing, even if you want to go for vacation or an emergency or something, it squeeze it, and sometimes you are not able to decide what you love to do. So these are the prepare of a debt list. What I have been saying, please make sure the type of loan you have it, the owner of the loan. This is very, very important. So a lot of times somebody asked me very clearly that if I have taken a loan, it should be joint partner company. This is because these make a lot of difference when you are able to take care in the overall level. Amount of loan, interest, any tax benefit, because tax benefit is the one thing which help us to take the decision. Outstanding and duration left. EMI should never cross 40%. I am telling you this, please make sure to do this. The best healthy is 30%. Prioritize your goals, very important. Next level is education. I keep saying that it gives you the tax benefit to the either to the parents or the kids. It's always good to have a good cash flows. That like having a things, try to avoid how much you can, especially credit card, personal loan, salary advance, and P2P. Live within your means. It's not by status. This is a very common thing I wanted to tell you. Of course, it went negative this time because Bangalore flooded came, and that same area I know two customers, and he came to me around 3 weeks, 4 weeks back, 3 weeks back before that rains, and he was trying to have the house. It is around 8 crores, and he's telling I'm interior is going on. Then he suddenly came and he asked me, Rachna, is it I'm going into the right society? I said, I don't know. I have not gone that society by itself. I don't know. Because my neighbor's three car costing 10 CR. So how I should do now? Because again, otherwise I have to change my car. And I told him, you don't have to buy the car as per my neighbor's car. I should buy the car what I can afford the car. And especially in Bangalore, is you cannot have a very high end car because you will go in the 40 speed only because the traffic is so bad. So sometimes we should live within our means, not by my neighbors or what my people perception is all about me. That's the one thing, please, we have to start realizing. If somebody says anything, it's their issue, not ours issues, but you will be at peaceful. Repay the higher interest rates debt, very, very important. While you're repaying interest rates, see that it is tax benefit, pre-closure charges, full or partials. Do FIR because they allow within FIR. So if they says that partial is no thing, so you make it 80% full payment in the next financial year, you take 20. Do that part of it. Question keeps coming to us. Is it I should pay the home loan now versus later? So we should look home loan as a long term. So if I'm saying, if I'm paying, if I'm just giving an example, somebody have a 10 lakhs, can I pay the 10 lakhs now? Or I should take care of that 10 lakhs in equity or any other investments. So we always tell you should see the arbitrage. Arbitrage means that interest rates in a home loan is, for example, 7%. I'm getting a tax benefit. If my returns are coming in a long term, let us say 10%, I'm 3% always positive. Look at that angle. If your interest rates are high, please pay. Always try to see whenever you get additional money in the one time, you may pay it, reduce the duration than EMI. Sometimes make sure when you have a 3 or 4, it's better to take one at a time. Take one debt at a time, reduce it, close it, and then go to the next. It's an easier way also to do that. Most of us have this, like whenever we get a salary, we spend everything, EMI, and then save. But I always believe that, and I have been doing for last 26 years myself, invest first and then spend. Try to invest at least minimum of 25%, irrespective of whatever is your salary, 5 crore, 10 crore, or 5 lakhs, or even 50,000. Try to invest first and then spend. Plan, follow, and repeat. Very, very, very important. This is the one live example I have seen in March 22 itself. Most of the time, when things goes good, nobody is going to have an issue. When suddenly the things goes off, and then we say, so this is the one thing I'm been repeatedly telling people: secure your life or secure your family members. I'm sure that LIC will be having the same ads every time, but my question is you can take from any insurance company, all follow IRDA. Most of us have a car insurance. Why? When I speak, because if I get caught, I have to pay the penalty of 10,000 or 20,000. But our life is priceless. None of us pay the same amount of what we must be paying for our 20,000, 20 lakhs car. 20 lakhs car on an average, the if I'm not wrong, Anil car is the Krita, and we pay around 54,000 as the insurance amount. And 54,000 rupees we may not be paying for our life, which is a priceless. Please do. Our neighbor, one of us, I know that he was a marathon runner, he is a cyclist, he's do bikers, he's do so good, he's in 30s. And we can't imagine that he was doing sometime cycling, some truck came over him and he died on the spot. And he had so much of loan and no insurance. Wife is housewife. How we will know how to take care of that? I tried my best, but it's not so easy. So most of the time it comes, I try to help them to get a job maybe because that's the only thing I have left over to help them. But if somebody has a outstanding loan, please, as a request, I can tell you, make sure that that much term cover you take it. It's for your peace of mind. I know the small amount you are taking care to, which is not going to come back, whatever is the premium, but it is have a $1 billion, I can say, your peace of mind and your family. So that's the one thing I always see. Try to have your own lifestyle, nothing to copy somebody or feel that how much you do. Spend as per your lifestyle. Nobody is bothered about it. Sometimes it's okay to be rent and buy or second hand. There's nothing wrong in that. So if I'm going, I just told to that guy also, if you must have seen, if you're not a regular and you must have taken the rent that bike, whatever Harley or something of 1 month instead of taking an 8 or 9 lakhs of bike. Stick to the plan, don't deviate. That's another thing I've seen. Okay, I have something, I have kept this money for, let us say, for buying a car, and something else come, you just remove it, and then you are not able to buy a car. So plan it, follow, and continue doing that. I have seen all my customer, all our right license customers are being able to do that. Most of them are 100% plus in their following their goals. We try our best, our personally ourselves also we do that. So that's the one thing I am telling you when in right horizons, at least me and Anil, whatever we say to others, we plan in our own portfolio, even as all products or any basic, I can say, attributes. So do that and make sure they do that. So sometimes this is the another things I love it. This was there long time back that sometimes it's not necessary that we have a very great lifestyle to show others. There's a person of profit of 40,000, 42,000 crores and one person who's a dividend of 375. So with this, I end up and I'm sure you all will reduce. I'll be happy in case if you want some help from my side and have a peace of mind with a better sleep and enjoy with your family.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Now we will begin the question and answer session. If anyone has any question, you can write it down at the Q&A section. I think we are already having one question Q&A section, so I will read it out. With interest rate tend to go up again due to reverse yield curve cycle. It is prudent and makes sense to lock it up in long-term guarantee payouts. Now, when the returns are at the rate high, tax-free payouts for 30 years after we pay for 6 or 7 year premium. What's your take?
I think so, Madhusudhan, you have written the question and answers yourself very, very well done. 100%, I keep saying people, these things will not come so often. As we develop, we will see our interest rates will be around 3 or 4 in maybe 20, 10 years, 15 years down. Now we are getting the guaranteed pay. So you won't believe it is, even though I say as an asset company, for us, asset company which is flexible, it is always good, but these kind of product will not come again. So which is giving a guaranteed product nowadays, a lot many are giving, I know that which give you around it's 10 years pay, you get 25 years payout, or you pay 12 years, get 35 years, or 7 or 8, whatever you have written. They are around 6.8 to 7% tax free. If it is tax free, it is indirectly you, if you are in 30%, you can think of a 10% without a risk. These are one of the place time I can say they are giving it. Take this opportunity, take these funds. We don't know how long these are available. Same thing for all other people who are in FDs. Because FD also, if you're taking for 5 years, 7 years, and all this stuff, you are having an interest because they work in accrued interest basis. It's added to the income, so it's not so beneficial always, but you are getting a good bond yields now. So bond yield has gone back to 7 to 7.5%. Take the long term bonds if you are not wanted regular pension plans. I'm wanted to give you one caution and disclaimer here. These funds, what I think Sumadhu Sanathan is talking about, it's called guaranteed payout plans. They don't call word pension. Pension is a taxable, and these guaranteed plans are the mixed of endowment, or you can say buyback, because what they do it, they give you the life cover till you are paying the premium, and after that they are removing the things. So as per the 1010D, you are getting a tax free. So that is the best thing. All of you, if you have not done it, none of us are going to get the pension. And this is the another trend which I take it in a retirement planning session also. My dad is in army. I keep teasing him the same thing, that your pension is bigger than what you have earned in the 30, 40 years. But none of us are going to get it. So how we are, and our parents were still in the mindset of that the kids will take care. And I'm sure in our age, none of us were sure that if your kids are take care, it's a bonus, I can say, but we should be independent ourselves in the financial, because they have plenty of opportunity across the globe. And they we going there and staying independent on them is not so okay as of today, because they have their life, and I don't know how the other country works. So I always believe that we should be independent, and these products will help you out. Thank you, Madhu. Even though it's not linked, but it's a very, very valid point. In financial planning and retirement planning, I always tell them, please do. And me and Anil has personally taken those products.
Thank you, ma'am. We have next question by Mr. Mehul. So it is suggested to withdraw some amount from mutual fund portfolio and prepay personal loan.
Yeah, if it is personal loan is very high, you should be able to do when the markets are high. Slowly you book the profit and start paying there for the personal loans. But don't do so much that you are losing the power of compounding here also. So book the profit and then take care of it.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is, wanted to know your views on target maturity for debt investment. What kind of investment do you suggest for debt portion portfolio every month?
Views on target maturity of debt investment. So that's why I'm saying debt investment. See, the any wealth manager is looking. I always say they are not the rocket science or something kind of a person. I always believe we are trying to say in a debt side. What is a debt side? It's like how to have a low risk and a longest term. So we what we see is post tax, post return greater than zero. For the longest time, you are locking in the interest. Okay, so if you are in a debt is used for two to three types. One is to make sure that you have a passive income in your retirement, taking care of a contingency and all the stuff. Take care of a market. These are the three major things which we take care of the debt side. So debt side, I always believe that longer the best. And nowadays the bonds are available in the 8 to 10 years plus also. Take those, but I wanted to tell everybody here, bonds yields or interest are fixed, okay, but they are bond market is bigger than I can say stock market. You have a flexibility to sell, there's no doubt about it, but if you sell in before maturity, you have interest risk also. Okay, so if you are doing a debt like an FD, keep it till maturity. If you're keeping till maturity, you are 100% going to get the same interest. So there is no fluctuation of the interest. There's no interest risk is not there. But yes, if you are not, you have an interest rate risk. in the bonds.
Thank you, ma'am. We have the last question with us. What are the fintech companies which will give 0% interest rate, and how far those companies are safe?
Personally, if you ask me, I have never done it in my personal life. So I have no idea about it. But because we are in the similar line, we keep meeting a lot of people. I have noticed that fintech company, I keep telling my mother also, like Amazon and Flipkart is giving you the discount because it's a funder's money is giving. So you utilize it. You don't know how long these funding companies will work. Okay. So as long as it is good in your favor, it's good enough. But somebody asked me, okay, they were wanted to buy the bonds. So bonds are normally comes in a, I can say 10 lakhs plus, because some of the bonds are not tradable. So it is have to be secondary, and secondary always is a lot of 10 lakhs. Somebody asked me, Rachna, in the fintech, there is a, I don't want to name it. I never name the products also on things because they may be right. So this place, they're asking me because you have to give the money first and then they transfer the bond. How good it is, I have to transfer because I don't know. So I asked him the same thing. I have also not done it, but afterwards I came to know some of the platforms, when you, because those platforms are not linked to the people, it is like a online kind of it, so you don't know whom to become an accountable if you have transferred the money. So that person says, no Rachna, nobody is giving me right answer that how I can take care. So he did it of course himself, and I said whatever available, or you do it whom you know of. So these things I feel it's more of bigger things if we are SEBI registered or advisors. Some of those fintechs which is very well known, because I know these startups are always works as long as funding works, until unless they don't have the bottom line clear. So how long the funding works, I have no idea. I can tell you, I came to know last week itself one of the biggest platform. People told us he is an RRM also. Came in, he says, I'm no more working in this. I said, what happened? We didn't get the next round of funding, so 80% of our company employees has been asked to quit. I said, okay. So these things you should be ready to observe that. Sometimes we don't know. I'm sure if you are a regular to my what you call sessions, I have been saying that we have never recommended a crypto, even though it has gone to the highest peak. And some person came back and they said, can I sell? And I said, don't sell now. You're minus 18, 80%. So you take a averaging. I'm not a person to tell you, but I keep telling the same thing. When you are doing a risk, you should do the risk analysis also. Is it okay or not? I will not recommend it if you are not comfortable with somebody. There is nothing called free lunch in this world, that much I can tell you. They may be having a lunch maybe after 2 years or 3 years, an ROI. Any company will have an ROI or nothing. So I know personally, it may not be this company that they are giving a free, like a direct mutual funds, and I, because it's supposed to be fee based. So I said, why you're not doing? I'm just gathering the investor, and from there I will sell the lending or I will sell the insurance. So that's always they may have a plan for after 2 years or 3 years to gather the valuation with the number of customers and then go ahead. This is the more of a valuation game. Try to enjoy how much discount they can give as long as it's not impacting yourself.